So, you know everything? Depends on what you mean by that. More or less, yes. He knows my theory. I know it's dumb. Didn't ask for an opinion. We'll just go and see if it has any ground. Wait, so you told Vadim about Ira's what? Her illness? Don't worry. He won't tell anyone. How are you so sure? I won't. Huh? We have a promise. I'm not snitching. He owes me big time. That's kind of the reason he's here at all. Don't try and treat me like your lapdog now. I'm not doing shit for you after today. Yeah, whatever. I look at Garen. Him knowing those things about Ira, those really compromising, shameful things, it just doesn't sit right with me. I can't imagine the Garen I know keeping something so juicy to himself. Though then again, I couldn't have imagined Garen feeling self-conscious about a prank that might have gone too far. Right. It's not that Garen isn't capable of being honorable. It's that I am entirely too prejudiced. And anyways, I always knew that chick was psycho. So she's a different type of crazy now. Big deal. Hmm. If that's how you want to spin it. Oh, by the way, what's with the kid? The kid? Her brother? You said you're gonna ask him if she's home. Oh, right. How did it go? Ah, that. About as well as you'd imagine. Figures. I mean, I saw Tolik when everyone came outside. Called him to the fence, tried asking about his sister in, like, a gentle manner. You know, not too directly. But he got all clammed up and ran away. Well, duh, what did you expect? This sounds nutty as shit. Huh? It's not nutty. Oh yeah? Sneaking into a kindergarten to ask a preschooler if his parents are holding his big sister hostage is now normal? In what world? Hey, you make it sound so much worse than it is. I didn't say it like that at all. Who cares how you said it? It's the same thing. It's not. It is. It's obviously not. Totally is. It's not. It is. It's not. Please stop. It. Right, what the hell? You're acting like a freaking toddler. I'm acting like a toddler? What about you? I'm not the one who started it. Hey, maybe you should have stayed back at that kindergarten. Would be more your speed. Ugh. Aisha, shove some snow into his collar. Uh, um. Oh yeah? You wanna try that, Shrubina? I wasn't going to. Why not? Because she has a speck of common sense, unlike some people. Why do I have to do everything around here myself? Marina leans down to grab a chunk of snow, then turns to Garen with a determined expression. Hey, cut it out! He starts to back off, also scooping up a handful of snow. What's that? You scared? Scared? No. But I ain't going down without a fight. Oh, you wanna fight? I'll give you a fight, alright. Guys, take that. Ah! Nice try. Oi, get back here! Marina and Garen get into an awkward game of tag, trying to stuff snow into each other's jackets. I try to call out to them again and again, but it's like I'm not even there. This is already a mess. Despite that little scuffle, we reach our destination pretty quickly. Turns out Ira's apartment block isn't far from mine. That's wonderful. It's almost like we're neighbors. I wonder... Marina? Yeah? Her voice is slightly shaky as she wipes off the remaining snow from her wet collar. Have you ever been to Ira's apartment? What's it like? Nope, never been there. Aw. I told you we weren't that close. She's been at mine a couple times, though. It's so unfair, right? It sure is. Maybe you'll see it when she's back. Maybe. If she's not already home, she wants to add. I see it in Marina's eyes. She's got her mind set on finding out the truth today. She'll peek into that flat no matter what. How do you know if anyone's home? We turn to Garen, who's finishing his cigarette a couple meters away. He still has some snow chunks stuck to his hood. Heh, I'm glad you asked. I had plenty of time to spare before going to kindergarten. So I stopped by the hospital and asked them about Nurse Grachevskaya. Ah, So she works night shifts? Better. She hasn't come into work since Ira disappeared. Huh. Hear that? Looks like my theory isn't so stupid anymore, huh? It's still stupid. Marina sticks out her tongue. Why do you keep calling it that, Vadim? I don't think it's that dumb. You serious? She came up with a batshit conclusion, then twisted everything else to match. The hell? That's not true. Yeah, I've felt a similar way. Sorry, Marina, but it does sound a little bit like that. Still, I wouldn't call it, batshit, even if it is a little out there. Out there, huh? You know, if there's even a 1% chance she's in there, I have to try. I don't care how dumb it sounds. I agree. You never know until you check. Shubina, you can say that about freaking anything. You can, but incredible things happen all the time. So, I don't believe we should be calling bold ideas stupid or crazy or anything like that. Oi. I don't believe we should be calling bold ideas stupid or crazy or anything like that. Bold ideas, please. Aliens crashing. Oh, Jesus. Aliens crash landing in Tunguska is a bold idea. This is some cheap twist she got from a detective novel. I think both of these are rather bold. Though I believe it was a remote energy transfer in Tunguska. Heard that one. Seems far-fetched. I read some eyewitness reports and nothing there suggested electricity. Well, electrical explosions and fires of that magnitude won't look too different to an outside observer, I think. And it doesn't have to be electricity, right? There are other forms of energy out there. Nikola Tesla could have given something else a try. Please, Tesla is the electricity guy. You think he'd randomly start playing with, I don't know, plasma? Actually, I was thinking of something like lasers. Guys, what the heck are you on about? Uh, right. That's not what we should be concerned with right now. It's been proven to be a meteor! The thing exploded in the lower atmosphere, and that was that. They even ran, like, simulations of that stuff. Everything lined up perfectly. Geez, and I'm supposed to be the crazy one? Well, that's a load of crap. Think everything's that simple? Occam's razor, my friend, Occam's razor. And all the evidence points to a meteor anyway. You've got no case. Well, there are some inconsistencies. Such as, like, this had to be either a meteor or a comet, right? I think the comet theory is the most popular. But, comets have a relatively smooth curve to their trajectories. If this was really a comet, it would have burned up in the atmosphere at a much higher altitude. Well, it could still be an asteroid. The name's literally the Tunguska meteor. Then where's the debris, genius? Where's the crater? That... I said it exploded in the air. There wouldn't be a crater. Then there would still be chunks of it scattered around. They scoured the whole area and nada. The chunks... The debris could have disintegrated from the heat. The blast was huge, right? The people in the villages nearby felt this intense heat wave. It could totally melt the thing. Melting? Ha! I knew you sucked at physics, but that bad? Oh yeah, because your alien spaceship version is so realistic. Actually, there's also the extinct comet theory. Our conversation continued like that for the next couple of minutes. Wow. I'd never have guessed I could discuss a topic like that with my schoolmates. Especially Gaiden. Even though everyone's opinion is so different that the exchange borders on being a full-blown argument, I think I'm having fun. It's strange. It wouldn't be much of a dialogue if everyone said nodding their heads in agreement, I suppose. That much is obvious even to me. I just forgot how things like this are meant to feel. When was the last time I've done this? Have I ever done this? Maybe I never have. Maybe I was never supposed to? Now I'm not sure myself. If I were never meant to find myself in a situation like this, then the only way this could have been made possible is through a blessing. That's the only sensible answer. The only reason why I can enjoy things like this, despite my inadequacy. Of course. Naturally it's a gift. I cannot waste it. Perhaps that tiny part of my humanity that knows how to... Perhaps that tiny part of my humanity that knows how conversations go can be restored. Is that why something so improbable has been allowed to happen? Maybe I'm being too hopeful. In any case, it's yet another thing I can be wholeheartedly grateful for. Alright, enough space talk. Let's do what we came here for, shall we? Yeah, let's. Thought you'd never ask. Marina gives us a reassuring smile, and we all head to the entrance. It's the same as all the other residential buildings in Vorkota 5. A long 5-story block with evenly spaced out canopies at its base, each hiding a metal door with a code lock and a bulletin board on the side. If someone took a photo of it and then told me it was my house in the picture, I'd believe them without a second thought. Nevertheless, stepping closer to it, looking at it, knowing that this is the roof under which Ira grew up, slept, and dined, it almost fills me with a sense of reverence. You know the code? Yeah, my classmate lives in the same building. And what if we run into her? Calm down, we won't. Marina types in the code, the lock clicks. We're in. It's slightly dark and warm. Now, past familiar looking mailboxes, up a familiar looking staircase, one familiar looking floor after another, we make our way to Ira's apartment. Oh, it's on the same floor and in the same spot as mine. That's so cute. Oh, Marina takes a deep breath. Okay, I'll do the talking. Your guys' job is to stand next to me and look polite. Understood? Yes, sir. I nod. Satisfied with the responses, our negotiator fixes her hair and rings the doorbell. Ding dong. A couple seconds pass in silence. Marina is about to reach for the button a second time, but that's when we hear steps approaching from inside the flat. Then pause. We stand still. I can almost feel it on my skin, the person's gaze from the other side of the door scanning us through the peephole. Finally, there's a snap, and the door opens in a narrow light strip. A woman's face peers out, looking disheveled. Her tangled hair is the same shade as Ira's. Yes? Good afternoon. We're Ira's friends from class. We nod politely. Friends? Yes. We've been really worried about her. I can't imagine what it's been like for you. I didn't know she had friends at school. Why wouldn't she? Ira's the coolest girl I know. Right, guys? Yeah. Yes, the coolest. And very kind. I agree. We went to the cafe like all the time. How come she never told you? In any case, I apologize if it's any inconvenience, but I promise it won't take you long. Last Monday, I lent Ira one of my brother's books. If it's not too much trouble, I would like to have it back. He needs it for work. Sure. What's the name? On the Stability of Closed Systems. It's a paperback. On the stability of. She read things like that? I was surprised too, but seems like she's been interested in structural dynamics for some time. Wish I had her passion. I'm just too dumb for stuff like that. Best I can do is share some studies. Hmm, I see. Something softens in the woman's eyes. Okay, I will go look. Oh, that's alright, we can. The door slams shut and we hear the sound of a turning lock. Then the steps retreat into the apartment. Great job. Shut up. Marina hisses quietly. Don't move yet. It's going as planned. Is it? To me, it looked like we just got the door shut in our face. She said she's gonna look. Just wait. When she comes back here empty handed, we'll offer to search for it ourselves. She closed the lock just to go inside for a couple minutes. Think she'll let us in all willy nilly? If my theory's right, she won't. That's when we'll have to force our way through. I'm counting on you, Vadik. Are you serious? What's that? Can't push can't push past a fragile little lady? Of course not. It's just. Hush. She's here. The door opens again. The woman peeks out. There you go. Huh? A hand emerges from the slit holding a small softcover volume. Your book. Marina's gaze slowly moves between the tome and the woman's face. She reaches out and carefully accepts it. D- uh, Thank you. Thank you for being friends with her. The door shuts. Marina flips through the book's pages absent-mindedly. So, Did you actually lend Ira that book? No, I don't think so, no. You don't think so? She shakes her head. She gives me the tome and starts digging through her bag for what must be the fourth time already. Damn it, where is it? What the hell? I look down at the stability of closed systems in my hand. Just like Marina said, it's a small paperback, and a worn out one at that. The year of issue says 1966. I open the book on a random page. If we are to arrange the components in order of cognition, the list will go as follows, starting from the highest. Moral belief, prejudice, subjectivity, objectivity, the desire to create, the desire to change, the desire for happiness, the desire for status, ambition, confidence, self-esteem, self-image, the desire for kinship, the desire for family, the desire for intimacy, the desire for a healthy body, the desire for stable income, the desire for plentiful resources, the desire for shelter, food, water, sleep, sex, procreation, excretion, breathing, homeostasis, soul. The exact sequence remains a subject of debate. That being said, the soul is ubiquitously accepted as the root for all cognitive function at the time of writing. Each subsequent component following the root is the result of varying degrees of deviation from the base code, which. Are you digging for gold in there? I. I took our copy with me to show her mom in case we ended up searching the room. But it's. She goes silent, her movement slowing to a halt. Marina? It's not here. She stares into her empty bag with an expression I've never seen before. Then she lifts her head and takes the book from my hands. The way Marina looks at it, it's as if she's trying to compare the item in front of her eyes to the memory of the one she held this morning. Could be a different copy. She softly shakes her head. I. I don't know. Maybe you did lend it to her. Marina doesn't respond. I look at Garen but find myself unsure of what to make of his expression either. He wouldn't miss an opportunity to make a joke about this, right? Marina looks so lost it would be a very cruel. No. It would be a very Garen thing to do. And this serious face, seeing him with a face like that is oddly disconcerting. So it worked? Huh? Marina, that was a very loud huh. She wouldn't say it like that. Marina quickly slips the book into her messenger and turns to us, wearing her usual chipper grin. Ha, guess old habits die hard. I'm the same old airhead. Eh? You caught me, Asya. Hehe. Looks like I got some things mixed up with all of this weird crap going on. Ah, well, that's okay. It happens to me too sometimes. Right? Took you this long to realize that you've got mush for brains? I guess the people around you were too nice to point it out. Huh. Well, thank God you're here to tell me how it is, Vadik. Anyways, that sure was something, huh? Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. A whole load of nothing's what it was. We didn't learn shit. Ron, did you see how her mom was acting? If you ask me, it's a little suspicious. You think so? Don't you? She was dead set on not letting us see a sliver of the flat. What do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Hmm, I understand what you're implying, but she might just be a private person. Ain't it obvious? She's sick of random people asking about her daughter. You two aren't wrong. I'm sure both of these are big contributing factors. But even then, I don't know about you, but to me, something about her behavior seemed a little too paranoid. I doubt privacy is all there is to it. I suppose. I can see what you mean. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is, even if it doesn't confirm my theory, it certainly doesn't disprove it. Uh-huh, sure. Cool. Can I go home now? Uh, Stop right there. Who said you're off duty? Man, what else is there to do? Contact Ira directly, duh. That's what you're here for. Huh? I thought my job was to push past her mom or something. Nah, I didn't expect the direct approach to go smoothly. We just had to get that part out of the way. Now, comrades, this is where the real action begins. The real action? Yup. Follow me. Uh, I can hear Garen sigh behind me. Marina leads us right around the building, stopping on the side that looks like. Marina leads us right around the building, stopping on the side that looks out to the neighboring apartment block. And what are we supposed to do here? She walks to the small playground wedged between the buildings, leans down, and starts clearing the snow out with her hands. Um, Marina? This woman. Oi, you're gonna stand there and do nothing? Come on, help me out. With what? Jeez, you guys, use your heads. Uh, we're throwing rocks at Ira's window. You. Garen shakes his head in disbelief. Well, it's a pretty normal suggestion, all things considered, is what I'd like to say, but then I look up to the fifth floor where Ira's room is supposed to be. But isn't it a little too high? I said that's what we call a defeatist attitude. If it were the Great Patriotic War, I'd have to shoot you on the spot. Oh, it really is high, though. Think you can throw that far? No harm in trying. And I'm kind of betting on you to make the shot. Or will that be too hard for you? Of course not. I was talking about your noodle arms, not mine. Marina lets out a smug little laugh. Meanwhile, Garen cautiously looks over the building. So which window was that again? Should be the one over there. See, with the teddy bear? Ah! I frantically scanned the apartment complex. A teddy? A teddy, a teddy, a teddy. Oh! Found it! Right there, right where the window to my room would be. Ah, there it is. Ira's window. That's the window she was looking out of every day. The window that she chose to put a plushie on. She did that so that when she looked out of the window, she'd also see her teddy bear. Maybe sometimes she'd hold it in her hands and squeeze it. Does the bear have a name? It has to. I wonder if it's something classic, like Misha or Winnie. I suppose Ira could be the type of girl to call a toy the first thing that happened to pop into her head. That does sound like her, but something tells me she didn't do that. I really think she spent time picking a name that would be the perfect fit. Perhaps the name she went with in the end turned out to be a little unconventional. But it must have felt so right, she couldn't imagine choosing anything else. I can totally picture it. God, that's so cute. So freaking cute. It's too adorable. Ira, you're too adorable. How do you know it's that one? You said you've never visited. I mean, I've called her outside a couple times. I see. Then... Garen walks back, trying to calculate the best possible angle. His face doesn't look all too confident. Marina, having dug up some pebbles from the ground, runs up to him and drops a few into his hand. Looks like I'm next in line. I don't think I'll be any good at this. Nonsense! What did I say about defeatism? Ugh. 3 small rocks land into my mitten. They're wet and dirty, and the dirt gets tangled in the wool. There's something charming about that. I look up to see Garen tossing and catching a pebble in his hand. He's eyeing Ira's window with the intensity of a boxer gauging his opponent from across the ring. Well, what you waiting for? Piss off, I need to aim. Ha, right. You're not solving a freaking math equation. Just go for it. That's how the pros do it. Oh yeah? Gonna lead by example? With pleasure. Marina gives both of us a challenging look, then turns to face the block. She takes a couple of steps back, gripping a pebble in her hand. Then she exhales and... Bap. It lands in the snow. Eh. That's not even close. Shut up. It didn't even reach the wall. Hey, listen, it's the spirit that matters. You think the pros get to national level without a couple of fumbles? No. It's a rocky road. Victory starts with a mindset, a goal-oriented mindset. That's true. Oh yeah, sure, you're gonna go far. With a throw like that, maybe one day you'll make it to the Paralympics. Big talk from the guy who's yet to make one shot. Why are you still standing there anyways, huh? Scared yours won't even fly that far? You suck at bluffing. With a big, almost theatrical swing, Garen shoots his pebble across the yard. It draws a rather scenic arc, and bounces off the wall just below the second floor. What? That's it? Better than your sad excuse for a throw. It's nostalgic. Years pass and you still pitch like a toddler. Zip it, Kaplan, or you're catching the next rock. Oh no, we're on a surname basis now. He's serious. You bet your ass I am. Listen here. First one to hit the target wins. Loser buys soda. Ha! Sure, you're on. Asya, your turn. Eh, but do I have to? It's pretty far. Come on, it's just for fun. Can't do much worse than me. Well, if all three of us are playing, how do we choose the loser? If the winner is the one who ends the game, we can't have two losers, right? Whoever hits the lowest, whatever. Just shoot already. Uh, I'm really no good at this. I'm always the last one in PE. I look up to the fifth floor. Man, hanging out with Marina's really gonna run my wallet dry. Bye bye allowance. No. No, she was right. That's a defeatist attitude. I can't let it bring me down. I've heard stories of people lifting cars in times of crisis. When it's do or die, us humans can pull off athletic feats that should be impossible. So can I. I just need to channel that. I need to get in the zone. Let my inner warrior out. My inner warrior. Yes, that's right. I come from a long lineage of humans. The blood of prehistoric hunters flows in me. The ones that hunted mammoths, ones that chased their prey for days on end. Ah, I think I'm feeling it. I feel it. I can feel the adrenaline pumping. Someone's looking determined. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Show us how it's done. I take my swing. I'm sorry, Marina. I may not reach the fifth floor, but I'm not gonna come last. Not this time. This time I'll... Bloink. Ah, the pebble bounced off the asphalt not even 2 meters away from me. I stand frozen in place. My ancestry. Well, everyone's off to a great start, it seems. This is just sad. Can I just drop out? Please? Marina takes in my pitiful look at size. Yeah, maybe sit this one out. Winning against you will feel kinda cheap. Right, no fun in that. Out of the way then.